Yep. Doesn't care about first. Hydrate is Lotus's first.
Thanks to @Miro_B for my sub gift. Hydrate.
Yep, I did it. I drank water. Don't understand. I will never understand. And some things we just don't understand in this life. Hi, Lotus. Hi, Miro. Hello, Drawing Fox. How you doing? We walked to the park. We had sandwiches for dinner in the park. It was really quite lovely. The weather is really nice outside now. It's not hot like it was before. I wish everybody could have nice, beautiful weather like we're having right now. If it's hot where you are, I'm sorry. I hope you're finding relief and staying cool. I have that. It's like all over YouTube and TikTok right now. Think you can stop what we do? I doubt it. We got the energy. I'll tell you all about it. I have that stuck in my head right now. There you go. Yay. It's the weekend. Yippee. It really is, and the kids are so cute. It's too bad. I mean, I understand why you can't leave comments on it because it's made by, and you know, it's by an Irish public television program. But the Irish kids with their cute accents, my goodness, they are so adorable. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it's called Cabin Crew, with a cabin with a K, like this. The Spark. What is the Irish kids song? What is the Irish kids song? Cabin Crew and Lisdoonvarna Crew. The Spark, how a group of kids from Ireland created a banger. Yo. There's an article that says, The Spark, how a group of kids from Ireland created the summer's biggest banger. Think you can stop what they do? We doubt it. Producer Gary McCarthy and members of the cabin crew tell us all about the biggest banger of the summer. I was speaking to a friend recently and I explained I was so busy that I can't afford to drop the ball, explains the Cork-based music producer Gary McCarthy. Good for you, Lotus. She just said to me, you're not dealing with a ball here. You've been landed with a meteorite. You sense that McCarthy's friend has something of a point. The producer is the brains behind The Spark, an infectious drum and bass banger written for a youth project in Cork that has racked up millions of views and been hailed as the song of the summer. Fans have lauded the song's banging beats and the fact that it's performed by a group of youngsters aged 9 and 12, but the message of positivity has struck a serious chord too. The song is performed by the cabin crew named after the studio where McCarthy is the creative director and runs weekly workshops which aim to create youth empowerment through music. A number of the children come from the Cork suburb of Knocknaheeny, one of the Irish city's most socially deprived areas. When they come to the cabin, we want to make those kids proud of their identity, proud of their accent, and proud of where they're from, he explains. Knocknaheeny hasn't had the best reputation in the last 20 or 30 years, but it's changing for the better. We're always telling the kids to be proud of where you're from, whether that's Cork or someone who's moved to Ireland. On that latter point in particular, the song sees the cabin crew joined by the Lisdoon Varna crew, a group of youngsters living in refugee accommodation in County Clare. At a time when far-right protesters are increasingly intent on making their voice heard in Ireland, there's something genuinely heartening about these kids coming together to create an almighty D&B banger. Those kids from Lisdoon Varna are legends, beams McCarthy. We've done a few outreach workshops. We don't get to see them that much, but they're just naturally gifted. We first met them in April last year, and I couldn't get over how confident they were and their ability to perform, too. Why would you not want more people like that? They're positive, inspiring, and we wanted to show that these kids are part of our future, so let's amplify what they do. The track was written partly for... I can't say this. I can't say it. I mean, I have Irish ancestry, but I have no idea what that says. I don't know what that Creanu Nog? I don't know. The annual Irish celebration of youthful creativity has now found a massive global audience. Last weekend, it even found its way into some of the sets performed on electronic music dance stages at Glastonbury, as documented on the Instagram stories of Irish DJ Annie Mac. But did McCarthy ever know he was on to something special? I had the energy levels in the room at 110% from the kids, and I was beaming ear to ear, he recalls, of the recording process. We had a feeling it might attract some local news media and maybe nationally, but nothing like this, McCarthy reflects. Look, the funniest reaction for me was when I saw the Teletubbies using it on their TikTok. As well as viral fame, it's opened up real-life opportunities, too. They have been visited at the cabin by Irish YouTube star Jacksepticeye. That's cool. While last month also saw the group perform the track in front of a crowd of thousands when they were brought on stage by dance star Becky Hill at Cork's Musgrove Park. I was crying so much, one of the cabin crew kids tells me. Another lad, it seems, has already developed a sense of rock star cool. I didn't even know who she was, he says. That's fair, but Hill certainly knew them. The group say they're still working with McCarthy on more bangers down at the cabin. But for now, it's been the experience of their young lifetime. We'll keep creating more songs because there's a lot of other songs in the cabin. They might not be as famous, but they're just as good, said one of the young gang. If we have kids later, we can tell them that we've performed with Becky Hill and did all this stuff. It's just a really cool tale for when we get older as well. We can tell that story to other people and we can hopefully inspire them as well. What? What? Okay.
Welcome to the fart zone.
Hi, Maz. I thought we were getting raided. I got debated that time. Hey, excuse me. No, stop. Don't touch my stop. Oh, so now you want me to do it? Oh my God. Okay, let me just stop what I'm doing. Dance. Dance. Knock them over.
Do you hear what he said? Offer rescinded. Offer rescinded. I'm only watched by middle-aged women. As if being a middle-aged woman is a bad thing. Out! No.
I already spent it. One moment, please.
Buttspot is not explainable. Your wife loves fart humor too, so you're used to it. This is for your wife. Please clip that and make sure you send it to her.
They're having a bit war.
Okay.
Hey, you're supposed to, you know what?
You more bits!
No. Somebody clip that. Clip my kid going, do more bits.
I'm a nasty woman. I'm a nasty woman. I'm a nasty woman. Such a nasty woman.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Just do it!
It's so.
I'm here a lot earlier this time to say it is subtime la 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 low 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 low.
For people like me, I'm super social. I love people. I have absolutely no trouble going out trying to make new friends. I'm a little bit of a dweeb. There's some people who definitely just don't get me. They're like, what is the deal with that chick? She is crazy loud. And what is this she's talking about? 360 no scoping some kid. What even is that?
Yes. You're like, get good, Jess Martin. No, I'm kidding. Hi, Pisces. It's so hard. How are you supposed to do that in creative? It's an unrealistic expectation.
Knock, knock.
Would you like to tell a knock-knock joke?
He just got double shushed.
You got double shushed. You got shushed in stereo. Clip it. You got shushed in stereo. Ha!
Whoa! Whoa! Oh!
Good save. That was my fault. I took it.
I have reflexes.
Oops, she did it again. She forgot to unmute.
Thank you.
Got lost
Can
in
I
the game.
exist?
Oh, baby.
Can I just exist?
Baby.
Oh, we're not giving anything away. I'm sorry. We gave stuff away earlier. My apologies. Next time he comes in here. This is Sparta! Thank you, Maz. That was something else, Maz. Hello, Brianna. How are you? Welcome in. I'll be here all night. Don't forget to tip your server. Today's been kind of a roller coaster, but not necessarily for me. I mean, you know. Thank you to everybody who assaulted me via the Patreon. Earlier today, I was very exactly. It made me gassy. If you sign up for it, even at the free tier, it will announce that. I might have to figure out, let me look at that widget, if there's a way for me to tell it not to announce the name. Ramona's television is so loud. Hold on. Oh. Where is it? Oh, overlays. Edit. Oh, but it doesn't have separate controls for TTS. For this. Shoot. Yeah, I don't know. If you sign up, make sure that you are going into your settings and maybe using your Twitch username or something as your display name. This is Sparta! Got a hot dog from a vendor in your town, then you got some pina colada flavored boba with mango popping juice balls, and you also got a tiger's eye bracelet and a Pink Floyd t-shirt. I used to listen to a lot of Pink Floyd in high school. Thank you for the biddies, Maz. I appreciate ya. What are you up to tonight? I just, I grew up listening to it. Got, had to listen to all the stories of my dad going to shows and stuff. So I'm just seeing how this works up if I do it with worsted weight. You know who I got to hang out with today who is just a delightful person? Kat is so kind. Kat and Chris are both just lovely people. And if you think fart humor is funny, you'll fit in just fine over there. Kat was playing 7 Days to Die. Everyone in Kat's community is also just super sweet. And we met through the Women's Guild. See, look at this. Earlier today, I literally did not make a single stitch because you guys were doing what you do. And I appreciate you. So now I got to figure out navigating the Patreon website. I'm not familiar with where everything is yet. Oh my God, excuse me. Yes, and we had a lot of really awesome reads. Trench is the person who wrote this. Trench FX, who just started streaming again after like a long hiatus. Get supported, nerd! Trench made this song. Get supported, nerd! Get supported, nerd! Amazing. Oh, this is the other thing I need to put on my list. Maybe I can just do it right now. Why? Why do you make things difficult? Mix it up. Oh, wait, it's already in here. Oh, wait, no. How long is it? Like about a minute long. 57 seconds.
I put a steak in the drop for my baby when she gets home. I'm getting bread delivered, I just ordered it online on my phone. I got the rubber chickens all lined up at the door. I just can't hold them back anymore. We're finally gonna get some time together alone. Welcome home to the fun zone. I said welcome home to the fun zone.
Okay, that's officially our new 10 gifted sub alert. You're welcome. I need to take the other one out, though. Oh, yeah. Where is that? Is it in Stream Elements? I don't know. Okay. I think I fixed it. Oh my god, so many things to do, so many things to think about. Oh, really? Can you guys hear her? Oh, she is so feisty right now. You saw Devil's Tower today. It's massive. Welcome home to the fart zone. Crazy Horse, Mount Rushmore, and the Badlands tomorrow, and then headed towards home after a very fun 2 weeks. Sounds like it was probably a lot of fun, but also exhausting. I would be ready for my own bed. I didn't used to be such a... Like, if my husband's spread out on our bed, you know, messing with his cards or comic books or something, and I like have to wait for him to move everything when I come to bed up there, I'm like a petulant child. I mope. I just want to lay down. I mean, you know, when you're tired and you're ready to chill out, you're just ready. I mean, you're ready for your own shower. Yeah, that too. But I'm glad you've been able to go and do that. That's really cool. There's a lot of really awesome stuff to see in the United States. And some of us never even managed to see, like, a lot of our own country. But it's huge. Can you ask a favor? Okay. You can ask. Hello, Auntie Trashy. How are you? Thank you again so much for everything earlier today. I really appreciate you. And it's okay that you missed stream start. I already streamed once today. I just, you know, can't always stream every day during the summer, so I just squeeze them in where I can. I would do longer streams. Yeah, I'm just doing single crochet. And yes, I will zoom in for you. Absolutely, Kefi. More than happy to. Hi, Basin Mason, with your hydrate or dihydrate. And then your contribution to the karaoke cosplay. Hello. All of that before you said anything in chat. And the first thing that you typed was cool story, Bob. Oh, and then the Keck W. Yes. I was trying to ask our guy who did a bunch of yard work for us today if he knew the Keck W guy. If he was familiar with him. He was just staring at me like, whatever, white lady. He was really nice. He probably wasn't thinking that. You woke up on the spicy side of the bed. Hello, Cranston. How are you? Oh no, not already. In your province in Canada, you can drive like 20 plus hours and only make it from one side to the other. Provinces in Canada are rather, some of them are rather large. We only have a handful of states here that rival the largest. In fact, I don't know. Some of your provinces might be larger than any of our states. I really don't know. Okay, so are you ready? Yeah. Texas is quite large. Montana's not small either. Alaska's pretty big. In the continental United States, it probably would be Texas. But yes, Alaska is huge. What's up, Ian? How you doing? All right. So, when I'm going to turn and start a new row, when you're working back and forth flat, Kefi, this is the last stitch of the previous row right here. Okay? Chain one, turn. Okay? You insert the hook underneath of, see these, the top, when you look at it straight down, you have all these V's on the top of your piece, right? So for a standard single crochet stitch, you are pushing your hook underneath of both of those loops of your stitch. Sometimes you will see instructions that say through the back loop only or through the front loop only. A regular standard single crochet stitch goes underneath of both loops. Now, I'm a yarn under, yarn over, which is how a lot of people who make amigurumis do it. This is yarn over. This is yarn under. Okay? Yarn over means you are wrapping it around the hook and then pulling it through. There is a difference in how the stitches look. Yarn under, I'm a yarn under, so I pull up one loop. Then I yarn over. And I pull that loop through both loops that are on my hook. So now I have one loop on my hook, and I go and I start the same process over again to make the next stitch. Insert the hook underneath of both loops of the stitch, the next stitch on the previous row. Yarn under. So I just put my crochet hook down onto the yarn and pull up a loop like that. Then yarn over and draw that loop through both loops on your hook and repeat. Insert the hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, pull through both loops. Let me know if you need me to explain anything. You've been yarn over, then yarn under, which is unusual. Most people are either yarn over, so like this. Yarn under, yarn over. And then there's the real tryhards who are yarn under, yarn under. Yarn under does give really nice tight stitches, but I find it harder than yarn under, yarn over. Yarn under, yarn over feels natural and has a rhythm to me, but still gives the nice tight stitches. However, I will say this, y'all should do whatever you feel comfortable with. And if you're happy with how the finished product looks, that's really all that matters. Now, one thing too, when you get to the end of the row here, Keffy, when you're looking at this, right? So here I am, and I need to have 16 stitches on each row, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14, 15. Sometimes it's easy to not see that this is the final stitch. Careful, and when you're first learning, it might be best for you to, especially if you're like working back and forth flat, when you get to the end of a row, see, that doesn't necessarily look like a place you should work a stitch, but it is. It is the top of the first stitch right here from the previous round or row. So, then you chain up one. This builds height so that your next row has like room. And then you go right back into that first stitch. And work your way back across. I am using a 3.5 millimeter hook with worsted weight yarn because this is basically an Ami. And typically with Ami, we often do not work back and forth flat. We work in rounds. I probably could figure out a way to do that, but it would be a bit convoluted and it would involve color work, and I don't really care to do that. You can make squares that start from the center. There are instructions for squares and also rectangles. Are you lefty, Keffy? I didn't think to ask that. Are you left-handed? Ah. Entirely possible that that's why they reversed it. To be honest. How long have you been doing this? And another thing too, if you're comfortable DMing me pictures of your work. Oh, Keffy. If you're comfortable DMing me pictures of your work, I can give you some advice. I would be happy to do that. I will say, and I'm not trying to talk you into doing this, but if people want one-on-one individualized instruction, I am offering that now as part of the tier 3 for Patreon. And you get a full hour with your $30 once a month. That said, if it's a quick, like, one-off question, of course you can ask me. But if you want someone to watch you crochet, to demonstrate techniques for longer than just like a couple minutes, I do offer that now. I've actually been offering it. I just haven't been advertising it very well. I've realized that I can't do a bunch of production crochet because of my wrist. And that's okay. Please do not fret on my behalf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14. Okay. So we, wait, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yes. I've brushed up the Patreon. A lot of people are already on Patreon. So it's not because, like I have a Fourth Wall. Fourth Wall is great. We do stuff on Fourth Wall. If you want to be a member on Fourth Wall, you prefer to keep everything over there, that's great. You want to tip me through Ko-fi, great. You want to tip me through Stream Elements, great. I'm trying to make sure I'm not overdoing it and offering too many things in too many different places. But I understand that sometimes people have a preference for which platforms they like to use to support people. They want to try to keep all their stuff in one place or whatever the reasoning is. I only pay 8%. Which is more than some other platforms, but is less than a lot of others. Twitch is definitely not an 8% cut. However, it's like an entire live streaming platform with video hosting, right? And all kinds of other things. So... You've been slowly working on a poppy blanket for your grandma-in-law. Oh, awesome. So again, when I got to the end of this row, Kefi, this doesn't look like a stitch, and it is. And eventually, you will be able to just tell. But that last stitch of a row, which is the first stitch of the previous row, so like this is the first stitch. It just kind of doesn't look like it sometimes. What? I love him. He is so 14. We had a nice walk earlier, and he took the puppies and walked them all around the park, and he's a good boy. I love him, but he's a weirdo. Sometimes not in the good way. Daily. I want to know where my babies went. Especially when Google keeps shoving their baby pictures in my face and get me all ooey gooey over them.
It's a lot, Google.
Oh, yeah, speaking of Fourth Wall, we raided Fourth Wall because they were doing a Camp Chaos session, which is very cool. Leah from Fourth Wall was showing us how to make use of all the different features they offer there. If you guys are interested in signing up for Fourth Wall, if you type !Fourth Wall, you'll get a referral link you can use if you want to sign up for an account. We both get sample credit. Oh, I mean, it goes by really quickly. You blink and they're grown. I showed my husband a picture of Henry, like from before he really started going through puberty, before he got his braces. It's like a whole other person. It's just wild. Yeah, he was really sweet and a really funny little baby. He was pretty chill, believe it or not. I mean, he certainly had his moments. And the thing that he did was he would just run off places. I'd be like, where are you going to, bud? But he wasn't, like, wild. Just single crochet. I mean, I hold a hook knife hold, but I hold it a little bit different. Probably to do with the finger. Hey, Gamer Veranza, how are ya? The oldest niece is now driving. It is so wild because in your head, she is also still the kiddo with gap teeth, crying because she couldn't talk to both of her favorite princesses at Disney at the same time. Aww. That's so cute. Oh, thank you for the lurk, Game of Runs. I hope you have a good a rest and sweet dreams. And you guys want to wish Gamer Veranza a restful evening, you can type !GN in the chat. I think that's it. Let me see. Oh, no, wait. One more. One more set of decreases.
The undisputed Ravelry pattern queen of Twitch, Burning Emerald.
Hi, Emerald. How are you? I hope you're having a good day. Good morning. Just getting your day started, huh? Yeah. No. That is so sweet and kind of your friend. You're going on Sunday. No, honey, I don't know. Sweetie, go ask Daddy. Okay, or can maybe we talk about this tomorrow? Do we? I don't think we need to talk about it right this second, sweetheart. Okay? Hey, let me think about it, okay? I love that his friend is so generous, and he's like that too. You know, it's a good thing. But I know that this kid works really hard for his spending money. And he's offering to buy our kid a bracelet for this, you know, local thing with like rides and junk. And I'm like, okay. Yes, but here's what I'm trying to decide. You know, how much money does your friend have from all this work that he did? And that's really super sweet of him, but like he should be saving his money. I don't know. It's cute that he wants his friend there with him. You know what I mean? He wants to have a buddy. Oh my goodness. It's being splitty. Possessed Cat, this is We Crochet Brava, but I don't think... So I think when you order their yarn now, this is like from a batch that they don't get it from the same place anymore, I think. I don't remember what the name of the color is. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Anti-trashy. No. I totally understand that. And I don't want to discourage that. You know, what I'm trying to make him understand is like, okay, so need to figure out a way to make sure it's not always your friend spending all his money he works so hard for on you. Like, what can you do to reciprocate and make sure your friend feels appreciated, even if it's not necessarily, you know, it doesn't have to be like tit for tat. Oh, Vinapool, I've had a very full and a really lovely day today, but also some other stuff going on kind of on the sidelines, not with me. Not going to get into it. Nothing, no, everybody's okay. Like, no emergencies, nothing. How do I put this? I'm not going to bring it to stream, but just some stuff going on. Life stuff. Just, you know. It's not happening directly to me, but it's affecting somebody. And I don't know that they would want me to share that. Let me just say, you know, don't be afraid to check on your friends. And don't be afraid to call your friends if you need someone. I promise you, you know, people who care about you want to help. So maybe that's not going to work. I was trying to do back post. I know. Oh, I just got it out because my kids were being normal kids and coming and bugging their mom. And I was like, hello, Yatarika. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I'm still not sure if I'm saying your name right. We need pronunciation guides on Twitch for people's usernames. Okay, thanks. Bye. No! My stitch marker. I need to be able to click on someone's name and have a recording of them pronouncing their username. That surely wouldn't go wrong at all. No one would ever abuse that. Yeah, for sure. Anti-trashy. And, you know, even if there's not anyone in your like inner circle who you feel like you can share what you're going through with, there are people who are there to help. There's a ton of resources out there for like mental health stuff. For like crisis, or if there's, you know, an unsafe situation and you needing that help is nothing to be ashamed of. You do deserve happiness and to feel good about your life and to have an opportunity to make things better for yourself. And even if you're the one who needs help not making bad decisions, there is a path forward for you for that. People sometimes, I think, they lose hope and they think they can't come back from what they're going through. They think nobody's going to want to help me. Nobody can help me. I'm a lost cause. Yeah, hey, Yatarka, I've been there. And we have to listen to our instincts about stuff like that. Especially because, you know, they aren't going to be little forever. Please don't say that to people when their children are having a meltdown, like in a public place or something. It's not very helpful. But it is true, and it's something I do think about. They'll be grown before we know it. I know. Where's the emphasis in your name? Yatarika? Yatarika? The first way. Okay. Yatarika. 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 Yata or Rika. Okay. Okay, I think this is how I did it before. So, favorite thing an older mom told you when you were second mom to the ex's kids was you're handling it well. Don't beat yourself up on what could have been different. Focus on what you can do now and next time. When ex's youngest had a meltdown while you were the only one there because ex was dealing with the older boys. Yeah. And adults have meltdowns sometimes too and have problems. You know, I get very frustrated when I have to repeat myself 4, 5, 6 times, you know? Thanks for the follow. If you want to pop into chat and give me a pronunciation guide, I'd love that because I don't like mispronouncing things. I would guess Zatank or Zatonk. I don't know. Your kids have ADHD and sensory issues, so they can go into sensory overload. Yeah. And if you prefer to lurk, that is just fine. Zatan CK. Is the CK or is it Shatan? X can be pronounced so many different ways when it starts a word. Is the CK, does CK stand for something? I don't know. I don't know why, but your name is, I have questions. And it's okay if you don't feel like answering them. Kiddos have bigger feelings and not enough words and experience to frame what they're actually currently processing. And that's if they're neurotypical. Yeah, well, and just... Ramona, when she gets frustrated or upset, has a tendency to kind of like... Rrr. Calvin Klein. Just random because someone took the first part of your name already. Interesting. What are you up to this time zone? I am basically making this again, but with worsted weight yarn instead of the big fluffy velour yarn. Are you a crafter? And it's totally okay if you're not, and if you just like enjoy hanging out and watching while people make stuff. But we do like to ask. You're more of an arter. Yes. Yes. Cool. I love art streams as well. I like watching musicians. I love food and drink streams. We've done some stuff that you could describe as more like traditional art here. We have a regular guest named Barb Ross, who might very soon be making a triumphant return to the stream. Ugh. Through the back post is so irritating. But it looks so good for corners. Gotta go all the way around here. You don't want to eat this though. It's the fiber in it is very, very much insoluble. It's not the right kind of fiber impact. You took a break from coloring your coloring book because your hand was getting tired. You tried to finish your coloring a heart with a key. Fiber needed for a good diet, yes, but not this kind. Please don't eat yarn. Dude, why?
We all got a chicken duck woman thing waiting for us.
Every day I worry all day.
I was waiting in the bushes above. Something's waiting in the bushes for us. Something's waiting in the bushes of love.
You need a dryer stake. Well, Impact, unless you can find someone capable of getting our sub count to 10K, you won't be getting one from me. Hack for those getting hand cramps. A makeup blender can have a hole punched in it. Punched in it for... Don't munch makeup blenders either. No, you don't need to be sorry. I knew exactly what you meant. It just took me a second. I speak Typonese because, you know, I have to be on my phone way more than I would like to on Twitch. How is the logo? I am not certain what we're talking about, Venom. Oh no, I don't know of what you speak. You might have to elaborate. I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, okay. Now I get it. I was gonna say I have a Lego set of the Pac-Man arcade. We will be attempting to put that entire set together on Saturday, August 17th, and we'll be streaming for Stand Up to Cancer. I'll open my campaign before then, but that'll be like probably our main day that we do our big push for it. And tons of people are participating in that, along with our friends, Brooks O'Brien, More and More, and Jake Studs, who are all organizing the event. We also might end up seeing Andy from Stand Up to Cancer in chat under the Stand Up to Cancer account. Oh, are your bug bites bugging you? Are your bites bugging you? I'm sorry, sweetheart. She's got some mosquito bites. I'm gonna help her. Put a little stuff on it to make it stop itching. Sometimes when we get bug bites, we get a little bit of a blister, and that's our body trying to push the poison out. Where? Oh, honey, sorry. I try not to scratch them, okay? I love you, heart. I'm sorry they itch, honey. Okay, here, go put it away again. I love you, baby. Can I give you a kiss on the head? Love you, sweetheart. Make sure you go put it away. Or Moni, if you want, you can put it on top of your dresser in case we need it later, but just got to put it somewhere where you can find it again. My baby. I'm enjoying it, Venom. I like the mellow vibes. I like jazz. We had enough excitement earlier today. Quite a bit of it, in fact. Oh my goodness. It's such slow going. That was part of it. You guys had a sticker party. There was a hype train. A bunch of you jumped on the Poultreon. I was jokingly referring to having multiple things as trainception. It was like there was merch giveaways. There was... Oh, thank you, Miro. And you can join the Patreon for free. You can join it for $1. There's 1, 3, 10, and 30. When you join for free, you still get to see posts. Just paid members get to see them a little earlier. I understand not everybody can afford to do financial stuff. So you can be part of what's going on over there with like posts and stuff. There are perks for various tiers. And I really, really, really appreciate people going above and beyond with something that isn't brand new. I mean, I've had it. I've had a Patreon for a long time, but I just kind of didn't really push it or talk about it for the longest while. And then I realized that, you know, I can figure out things to do for Patreon folks that are different from other things that I offer. I just have to be careful that I'm limiting the number of them that I can offer. Yeah. So you need $200 a month for 3 months. And I thought about hiding the amount because I don't want anyone to feel like I'm flaunting anything or to feel like, oh, that's really low. I should help her. I don't want anyone to feel obligated to do anything that they're not already prepared to do. You know what I mean? I want you to do it because you enjoy what we do and you like supporting it. And it makes you feel good and you're able. And it's not taking anything away from you. Hey, 75% complete on the karaoke cosplay challenge. Master Dragon, your contribution just pushed us over 75% of the channel points challenge. I did extend it for you guys. It expired and we weren't even halfway there. I was like, okay, well, I'll give them another week. Now we have a channel points contribution train. All the trains. Trainception. But if you guys weren't here when I was talking about, I adjusted the hype train settings. I did not adjust the difficulty. I just adjusted. Like, I didn't go, okay, forget about this. I'm going to make it super hard. I could have just turned it off if I was going to do something like that. But I didn't want to do that either.
You gotta fight!
Anti-trashy, thank you. Thank you, Anti-trashy. I appreciate you. And also thank you for your kind words earlier today. I was actually with my kids sitting at the park when I saw your message. Very sweet of you. And I'm looking forward to helping you learn some new stuff. Super excited for that. No, I know that, but also you have to be careful that you're not, tying your self-worth, your happiness, your emotional state too much to stuff like that. Which can be difficult sometimes. We're people and people have feelings. And it can be easy to get in your head. But if you want to create content and you want to build healthy, stable communities, you really have to do the work to not allow that stuff with analytics and numbers to get in your head too much. It's not the easiest task, I'll tell you. But anyways, you guys are awesome, and a bunch of you jumped on the paid tiers on the Patreon, and I can't thank you enough. And we will just, make sure people know about it, explain what it is, try and make sure we're offering cool stuff, and keeping it updated, and hope that, folks see value in it, and we'll get to where we can offer annual memberships, which do allow creators to give people a discount for paying up front. And I understand why Patreon says, you have to be around for a little while before we'll give you that feature. And it's because that way they can tell that somebody's serious about what they're doing, and they're not just going to start offering annual memberships and then drop off the face of the earth. You have to be established and show that you are growing your community and that people feel like it's worth it and they stick with you. I would agree with that. Anti-trashy. And Venom Pool, I appreciate that. And help comes in a lot of ways. And I want to say it again. There's many ways you can help people who stream and create content that do not involve direct monetary contributions. You're already doing it if you're here in chat. So thank you for that. We have ads coming in 15 minutes. Do we have any new stuff in show and tell since earlier today? I think there might be like one post in there. Oh yeah, it's from Raven. And it is the most unflattering face I may have ever made. And it's fine. Because we're used to that here. Yeah. Yes. Indeed, what you said is true, Anti-Trashy, and that's really, really awesome of you to do that. Super awesome, in fact. That's science. Yeah, it is so helpful. Anti-Trash, you said you're doing... Talk about your thing. Talk about your charity thing, please. Please plug your charity thing. I really try to remember to bring up, people's special stuff if they let me know about it. Please, everybody, use the Discord.
What do you like about
your old dad? You're on a real good streak here, your old dad. It has the juice. Woo! I could tell you all about it. When I tried it with butter, everything changed. Like, whoa, man. That's trippy. What's up, your old dad? What are you doing? I'm the only cool person. Cool. The only cool person up. Mm-mm. Yes. IDK. Chillin'. Sure, Venompool. I mean, what Venompool? Do I want to hear a dad joke? Yes. The answer is yes. My night is good. I just, was gonna be down here and crocheting anyways, so I was like, why not? I'll hit the button. Yes to more cake. I don't know. What? Now we're talking about cake. Y'all just have carbohydrates on the brain. And that's okay. I understand. They are quite tasty. Man, do I ever miss the baguette from the place that I worked at in Portland. Oh, it was so good. Tuesday and Wednesday all through August from 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific. Did you hear the rumor about butter? Because I don't want to spread it. That is really cool, anti-trashy. And yes, thank you, Venompool. That's hilarious. It's not anything organized or special, but you raised $413 for St. Jude in June. So now you have a diamond painting someone paid to have you do from start to finish on stream. So you thought it'd be fun to do the set of streams as all proceeds to St. Jude, and on the last drill placed, go pay all the ad revenue, bits, subs, etc. Wow. Yes. They're gone. I'm sorry. I wish I could just let you borrow my 30-second dance party button.
This is how we party.
Well, Ian with the rat jam of it. Oh, yes. Ian, if somebody, not you, but if somebody gifts 10 subs, I just put this in.
I put a steak in the drop for my baby when she gets home. I'm getting bread delivered. I just ordered it right on my phone. I got the rubber chickens lined up at the door. I just can't hold them back anymore. We're finally gonna get some time together alone. We'll come home to the fun zone. I said welcome home to the fun zone.
And then we have this. I'm playing this just because I think it's funny.
Oh, what is it? Bread.
No. Oh, come on. Oh, did you do a hydrate? I am not ignoring it on purpose. I just didn't notice it. I'm sorry. Have you guys heard the Irish Kids song? It's so good. I can't get I like this song we're listening to a lot. Lotus has heard it. Sure, Venom. Yeah, we love looking at people's pet pictures. Oh, okay. So the beginning of the song is the part that everybody uses for videos and is like the part that, not that, dude, banger of the year. Is this going to be really loud here? I know what to do. Mute. No. Okay. This is some guy's, I don't know this guy. I don't know anything about him. But we're going to react to his reaction video. Why not? Reactception. That's fair use. Uh-oh, I forgot to unmute YouTube. I'm a professional. Please don't try this at home. I forgot to unmute the site in Chrome. Here, we'll use one snooze.
How do I even start this video? What is the point,
Well,
the
that's how
message,
you,
the
that's
central theme, the focus?
you just did.
Guys,
You just started it.
this channel's about music. Good pitch. You've got them now. They're hooked. And this video specifically is about a song. A song that I feel like I needed to stop in my tracks and talk about in a video such as this. It's that big of a deal. It's that much of a showstopper. It's that much of a banger. You could be saying to yourself,
banger.
Anthony,
Everyone keeps
what
calling
is
this song a
wonderful,
banger.
amazing, mind-blowing
Listen.
song that you're talking
Is that because everybody in Ireland and England eats bangers and mash? Is that what's going on here?
about? Well, I'm going to tell you, but I have to set this up by saying this track came from a kind of unexpected place. It's not from your favorite DJ. It was not composed pad to pen with the most elegant Mad Lib beat by your favorite rapper. It's not the next boundary pushing post-punk epic
Get to
from
the
your favorite
point.
underground rock group. No, this song comes from a group of kids. Group of Irish kids that have been featured in a new song and video that has been produced and released by a public funding radio and television company.
Do you
out
watch the
in
video?
Ireland. So it's a government funded banger, and you guys know how much we like those over here.
Thanks to the people at CPSC.
But yeah, the song is titled The Spark, and it's from a group that, for the purposes of this whole
little kids
thing, they're called
Ian,
Rhyme
9 and 12
Island.
year olds.
And the track is a mix of EDM and electro and pop and some hip hop too. And
it's
you
really
guys might be
good.
saying to yourselves, Anthony, why are you talking about this? Well, what
Yeah,
is the big deal
Anthony.
here? Publicly funded media companies across the world make children's programming all the time, much of which
No,
is
there's something
music-based
special about
and
this.
features the demographic of viewers that they're trying to hook with this programming, features original music too. Also, if you want to listen to kids music so bad, you could also put on some kids bop, something like that. And yeah, that much is true, but what makes this special is it actually goes
I don't either.
really friggin' hard, like legitimately harder than most of the music
really
I
does.
review
It's a
during
really
the
good
year.
song.
It has no right to go as hard as it does. It's to the point where if Rhyme Island drops maybe 5 to 10 more tracks that hit on the level that this song is, they're actually competing with some of your favorite music groups on the planet today and putting them to shame. So I know that I've built this up a bit, and yes, that is true, but I have no doubt that once you hear what Rhyme Island has to offer on this song, you too will be convinced. All right, so here it is right here, the song and music video for The Spark by Rhyme Island. Let's give it a taste, a spin, and you will hear
Not
the
sure if I'm
magic
fond
for
of this
yourself.
guy, but dude, it's so good, Maz. It's really good workout music. This doesn't have enough bass. Where's all the bass? Bro, where's the bass? Bro! 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 When this song comes on somebody's YouTube video,
Yeah, that first loop of the hook there is just
his face.
That's spicy, man. Those driving beats,
These
those
kids are
rough
adorable.
analog synthy electro bass lines, and just the kid shouting the hook all together is just blood pumping. And like coming out of the gate with "Think You Could Stop What We Do, I Doubt It," like, you know,
Four. Obviously, I guess something what these kids are.
Masty.
It's the one and only G.
Okay. Are you like, let me show you what some real bass sounds like? Is that what that was all about, Maz? Thank you very much for the 420 bits.
doing wasn't even a conception in my mind, but now I'm even more scared of even just like that thought crossing my head.
But
I am
bro,
300%
where the bass at?
convinced that these children are an unstoppable force.
Their accents are so cute.
These kids coming through with just so much
Damn, like swag.
See, here's the
and-
thing.
and-
I
and
don't know
just
this guy's
forceful
content. I just
charisma.
thought about it. I'm like, bro hasn't dropped an F-bomb yet. The bucket hats are a vibe. Oh, I know. Here, let's just shall we? Let's find the original. Here it is.
Yeah. Wait for it. And they listen. No cap. Felix, I love you. Hi. Yeah, give him more sugar. So good, dude. It's so good. Like, and can you imagine being these little kids? Like, look at them. Can you imagine being one of these little kids? Being like this kid, and you get to like be in like a international sensation viral video that everyone is bopping to, like that it is like the song of the summer and everyone loves. And there's a dance trend that's going completely bonkers sideways on all the, on like YouTube shorts and reels and TikTok and stuff. So like there's a whole dance that goes with the beginning of it. So most people only use the content creators that are using this song are using this first part. Right? That just has the beginning verse where they're like with that doubt it. Dude, this is life changing for these young people, right? Like, hopefully, it's life changing in a good way. Sometimes when people are this young and they get a lot of attention like this, it can actually be kind of a difficult thing. But if it's handled well by the adults in their life and they use this as a launching point, the confidence they gain from something like this is so incredible. And they come from I read the article at the beginning of the stream talking about how this program that yielded this song is a program that serves uh traditionally socially underserved, economically depressed area. So a lot of these kids come from a place where probably there are not a lot of expectations of them for like a lot of success in life. And there was also in the article they were talking about how there's like refugee assistance issues. I know, Christy. Hopefully the adults in their life don't end up being pieces of you know what and trying to take advantage of them, which is why some places are starting to make laws like, hey, if you feature your children in like, if you're like family vlogging, you have to set aside a certain percentage of the money that you make from it for your kids. Imagine having to make a law. Like, I was on the phone yesterday talking about the certificate of deposit we've had for our son since his birth. We've tried to set aside something. Like, for a long time, we just didn't have any extra to set aside for anything. Not for our retirement, not for our kids, but we still left that CD that we opened for him forever ago alone. I cannot fathom making tons of money off of content creation that involved my kids, like more than enough for basic expenses, and not setting some of it aside. I still squirrel money away into Henry's savings account every so often. And yes, I want him to understand how to work for money and to earn his, spending money and stuff like that. But like, what? Why should it have to be legislated? But there's people out there that'll use their kids for views and for profit and have no qualms about keeping it all for themselves. This, however, is a publicly funded program. I think RTE is kind of like PBS, if I'm not mistaken, in Ireland. I don't know. But I think this is super cool. Keffy, we're just trying to do better than our parents did. Our parents weren't bad parents. They just had their own struggles. We just hope our kids will be able to do better than us with their kids if they decide they're having them. That's really the main goal, right? You just put them hopefully in a better position than you were yourself. But also helping them understand and appreciate what they have, which can be hard. It's easy to take things for granted when you've always had them, and just trying to help them understand, like, hey, this stuff doesn't just happen. So did mine. Keffy, on more than a few occasions. And I forgive them. There are things that are unforgivable, but the mistakes my parents made were mostly circumstantial, and I think with many of them, they just didn't know any better. There's a singer who went viral at 10ish. Her family were the buffer between her and record companies trying to sign her up. All her stuff until her mid-teens was YT and charity events. Finally signed on when she hit 15 or 16. When she had enough maturity to maybe kind of, begin to handle it, and also to be part of the decision-making process about her own art in a way that really young children aren't always going to be able to do. So you're going to try to get some sleep since you were up till 4:30 a.m. yesterday. Oh my. So yes, Brianna, go get some really good sleeps. Night-night, friend. Thank you for being in here. Thank you for spending time with us again. You're awesome. I appreciate you.
But yeah, these kids are just killing it. And they're having so much fun. Like, this is the thing. Nobody, when they were making this, knew that this was going to blow up like this. Just do things. It's so stupid which ones of my videos have, you know, relatively speaking, blown up. They're the ones where I was just goofing off and having a good time and not thinking too hard about it. And that's difficult because that might feel sometimes like you're being discouraged from putting in an effort. That's not, I don't think that people should look at it like that. It's more like, just keep doing what makes you happy and what you feel like doing. Just keep doing what you want to do. Dude, speaking of, the chicken attack videos. Did Takeo Ishii have to do the chicken attack videos with Shmo Yoho? Absolutely not. Am I super glad that he thought that sounded like a really fun project and that they ended up doing that collaboration? Oh yeah, you betcha. Our preschool teacher introduced me to that whole thing. If you have not watched the actual chicken attack video, please do yourself a favor and go watch. There's like 3 or maybe 4 of them. Chicken attack, cow and pig attack, rat attack. They're amazing. They're so funny. And Takeo Ishii is like a god. If I could have any person be my surrogate grandpa, it would be Takeo Ishii. I love him so much. They're so much fun. Christy, they're so much fun. They're really well produced, but they capture that spirit of, I have a crazy idea. How about this? You know what I mean? It's possible to infuse that spontaneity and that off-the-cuff feeling into something that you end up putting a lot of time and effort into making it pulling it off in a polished way. They're not mutually exclusive. You can also just do stuff and have fun and not worry about whether or not it's polished, for sure. But these guys clearly know how to make videos. Oh, they're amazing. And there really is like this whole storyline that goes with it. That's the best part. Just wait till you get to the video where they are, I don't want to spoil any of it for you. I just want to say one word. Taxes. That's all I'm going to say. And I'll let you figure out that whole portion of it is so funny to me and I don't know why. That's all I'm going to say is taxes. If you've seen the videos, you might know what I'm talking about, but shoot. The long-haired silver fox villain was unfair. Do you mean like if hot white? Yeah, I was just gonna say. Auntie Trashy, you have a crush on the bad guy from those videos. I love it. He is a good-looking dude. He is not hard on the eyes. If hot, why evil? Oh, man. You would think for bad boys, is that it? Literally my entire likes checklist. Oh, my. Dude, it's so funny when he I don't want to ruin it for Christy who's watching him right now. There are several points. There are several points where he just Hi, Naz Jeff. Welcome back. Yeah. Also, that role, he's hamming it up, but like, I could reform him. Auntie Trashy. Oh, so now you're an accomplice. Auntie Trashy. Oh my God. So funny. Here, I got just the sound for this.
Ooh, 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 ayo.
For that man? Maybe. Oh my. Me, oh my. Dude, but I love, also, you know who else is in the videos? You know who else does a voice in the videos? None other than Markiplier. And it's, again, really funny. And I just love people who are like at that level of content creation success. You know, I mean, the Shmo Yoho guys are fairly well known, right? It's not like they're some unknowns or whatever. But like, I have more respect for someone if they're willing to work on a goofy, fun project like something like that. They're not afraid to do something that's kind of like just silly. It's like how the Henson Company had this knack for getting people to come on and just be sort of silly and, you know, be guests on the Muppet Show. These very well respected, you know, professional performers would come on and would have a serious conversation with a puppet, you know, like, meaning not a serious conversation, meaning they would interact with a puppet like it was a person, right? Oh man, the Muppet Show is great. Oh, are you talking about the Chicken Attack? All the Chicken Attack videos. They're so awesome. They're helping you with your pizza crust. So you should clucking relax. Oh, Linux Witch, thank you so much. 9 piping. The bloopers that Jim Henson had for the various episodes or movies. Oh, I bet. I bet. Just a who's who of entertainment from the 70s and 80s for sure. Linux Witch, thank you for 20 months. Thank you so much, friend. Thank you. We got 20 rubber chicken squawks for you. 20. If squeaky noises like a rubber chicken are not your thing, you might want to turn the volume down. Or if you're like, think you can stop what we do, I doubt it. No worries, Emerald. No worries. Love you. We're going to squeeze this rubber chicken 20 times for Linux Switch for resubscribing for 20 months at Tier 1. Thank you so much, friend. It's so kind of you to support the channel like that. I appreciate the heck out of you. I hope you're having a great time zone. And a 1. And a 2. And a 3. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Cow Attack later. Yes, watch them all. They're great. Just also, Christy, I recommend if you really find yourself super enjoying it and you're like, I can't get enough of this guy, Takeo Ishii, look up other stuff about him. He's been yodeling. He wasn't too hard to look at either when he was younger. Just saying. He's mega talented. And to me, that's the thing that's probably like more of a... I'm more interested in in what makes them unique outside of just, you know, what they look like. But there's some really fun videos of him It's interesting. The one that I'm thinking about, it's the 70s, and he gets up to yodel in front of an entire. Wait, I just loaded the stream. The entire ancient yodel of wisdom. I know. The entire room, you can see the look on their faces of like, and then he starts singing and yodeling, and this whole huge crowd of German people are like, all right. You got rubber chicken in stereo squared. I get it now. Oh my. Well, I'm glad that you I don't know. I hope you're not like, I regret my decision making. Oh, we hadn't looked at it yet. Venom, I have a quick question for you. Did we ask you this already? We did. You have a little bit of a baby face. I just like to check because we do have rules about how old you need to be in this server. But I remember now. You said you're in your 20s. Just want to make sure. And you know, quickly, if it's not personal, if I find out that you're under 18, I have to kick you from the server. It's in the rules. I will not provide, you know, a space. Look, I work with people between the ages of 12 and 18. And for any kind of communication between, you know, even teachers and those kids, it all has to be completely above board and accessible to their parents. And there's a very good reason for that. Even though it might feel unfair if you're on the verge of that legal adulthood, please remember, even once you turn 18, internet safety is important for everybody, right? I'm not telling you have to be like on complete lockdown, but there's a reason why we have that rule about the Discord, and it's not to do with the type of content that's in there. Preface, I'm fine. Doctor's appointment in the morning. Have a good night. Your old dad? Okay. Go get some good sleeps. I hope that you're able to sleep really well. Sweet dreams, friend. Thank you for being in here again. I really do appreciate it. Disappears back into Ravelry. I get it. You're saying, I have a doctor's appointment in the morning. That's why I'm retiring early. But please don't worry about me. Everything is okay. Excellent. Maybe just preventive or whatever. Not that it's any of our business. Unless you decide it is. But yes. I hope we see you again real soon, your old dad. You guys, please give your old dad a follow, okay? What if your dad did stream? You'd want to follow him, right? Your old dad does vintage game shows and plays along with the community. It's really fun, very interactive, really unique content. I think it's very cool. I don't know how many other people are doing the same or similar things out there on the platform. If there's like a community around this kind of stuff at all, outside of what you've built. But I think it's pretty cool, and I am more than happy to tell people about it. So I hope that you will all give your old dad a follow and spend some time in there. You will enjoy yourself. And you don't have to be my age or older to enjoy this stuff. In fact, I'm almost jealous in a way, right, your old dad? I'm almost jealous. No, I think that it's a good thing. We could talk about it more if you want. You're not screwed. I think then that person probably gonna read you, bring people over to you. It's kind of like having a business open up down the street from you. Besides, you can't always be on, and neither can they. Maybe they bring people over from another platform and then they find you too. You know what I mean? I think it's a good thing. Without makers and crafting having grown, and I know you need to go. Go nice. I know that without makers and crafting having makers and crafting starting to grow more after they very nearly killed off creative on the platform by dividing us all up into a bunch of separate categories, which again, I don't think is a bad thing. But it was like, I feel like it was this close to them just getting rid of it. Yeah. Having more people that do the same kind of stuff that I do on the platform is good. More new friends. Again, in particular, it's awesome if somebody who has an established community elsewhere decides they're going to come over and try out Twitch. But it's great with all the new people, too. We want to help them. We want to encourage them. We want them to feel excitement and support. Makers and crafting is pretty good for all that. What a cutie. We are most definitely making sure that there are no murderous plastic bags floating by outside. Oh my goodness, what a cutie. What a sweet face. Aww. These puppers, oh my god. This look on this dog's face. Oh. Oh man. Oh, so sweet. Very cute, Venompool. Very cute. Very, very cute. They look like happy, happy pups. This one is like, leave me be. This is... what? You didn't sprawl on the floor. So cute. You also look very happy to be sitting there with this puppy. So cute. Thank you for sharing. We do love the pet pics. Oh, wait a second. Boop. And boop. I can't boop. You're pointed the wrong way. Boop. There's a better one over here, right? Oh, boop. How many dogs do you have? My goodness. Boop. We got to boop the snoot. Five dogs. That's a lot of dogs. Here's the question. Can I get all the way through? This second piece. And if anyone's wondering, no wrist pain. Thank you for thinking of me. Of course I am. Hey, listen. At the risk of sounding like an old fuddy-duddy, I've been using the internet since it's like inception. As far as like civilians, regular everyday people having access to it. And I've seen it go through a lot of changes already, even though it's just been a short amount of time, especially when you consider like, you know, the history of human civilization and stuff. It's really, literally, like basically, for the vast majority of us that have it now, it's like the last 30 years. That's not very long. But there've always been people who would use any means necessary to manipulate, unfortunately, and otherwise mistreat other people. That is nothing new. But unfortunately, the internet makes it easy for folks to do that and feel a sense of like anonymity. They're emboldened by their anonymity. And it can be something as simple as just insulting a stranger for no good reason. And it can go as far as intending to cause someone physical harm. And it's really hard because we don't want to make those assumptions about one another, or at least I don't. But that behavior and those people, they do exist. And having your wits about you on the internet when you're interacting with people who you don't already know, it's a bit like when you're walking, at night by yourself, right? When you're walking in broad daylight and there's people around and it's an area that's completely different from walking in a city you've never been to before at night and having to figure out where you're going, to kind of put it in perspective. Yeah, I mean, but regrettably, Nasjeff, that's also something that we struggle to even manage to do effectively IRL if somebody's doing those things. I mean, yes, there is legal recourse if people are doing things like slandering someone's name, etc. But even then, it can be a real tough situation proving it, and also, retaining a lawyer's services, etc., is so much trouble and expense that most people just don't even bother. They have to live with themselves. And sure, if it's bad enough, if someone is really harassing another person, I mean, I'm not suggesting people shouldn't pursue legal action if it's possible, and they feel it's warranted. All I'm saying is most people end up deciding not to. Just like with bad behavior on the part of employers, a lot of working class people just don't have the energy, the resources, the time to, like, for example, fight someone firing them wrongfully, or they just go out and they get another job. It's just too much trouble. And a lot of employers bank on that, quite literally. And it is unfortunate. But that said, I'd like to point out, I myself have had the gamut of experiences when it comes to employers. And I've had ones that I probably could have sought legal action against, and I chose not to for those reasons I just described. And I've also had employers who were incredibly kind, considerate, and treated me very much like a human. And it's, like I said, unfortunate that there's people out there who don't do that, but they do make you appreciate the ones that do all the more. Your work has about 900 violations. It just isn't worth reporting them all. It's hard, though. There are things where it's like, hey, if you are the one that finally blows the whistle, you're going to help other people stay out of harm's way. But I understand. It can feel like, well, I'm just one person and I can't, fight this overwhelming, like, massive number of problems that are going on here. Do I like bread and butter pickles? Regardless of the type I've tried, unfortunately, doesn't matter what brand. I am not a big fan of sweet pickles. I just don't care for them. Sorry. I do love dill pickles, and I love a lot of other pickled vegetables besides cucumber. And I've had the occasional sweet-ish pickle of different types of veggies besides cucumbers that I felt like were okay. But I'm not a big fan of sweet pickles. Oh, I know. Right. Exactly. There would be massive change that would need to happen on a much higher level than, just what you are even experiencing day to day. But it trickles down to you, and that's the problem. So I'm sorry to hear that. But, you know, here's hoping it will change for the better, or that you will just be able to get yourself an upgrade in the employment department. You know? Yeah. Well, it is. It's mental energy, it's time and planning, and, you know, a lot of folks just trying to get through the workday is enough for them, and they want to just relax when they get home. You know, not be occupied by more thinking about work. And it's so hard. It's like, that's a totally valid thing. Sorry about what? What you sorry about? Don't be sorry. It's just real life stuff. But yeah, sometimes we have to, you know, change gears just so we're not dwelling too much on the heavy stuff, but it's okay. You're good. Did you mention what your diamond painting is? What the subject of the big diamond painting is yet? I'm not sure if you did earlier. What is it? What is it a picture of? Moon Goddess by Mrs. Coffee. Very cool. If you guys don't know who Mrs. Coffee is, that's Caffeinated Doodler.
Mario, Luigi, and a Donkey Kong too. 1,000
Speaking of changing the subject,
couldn't keep me from you. Princess Peach at the end of the line. I'll make you mine. Oh, peaches, 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 peaches. I love you. Oh, peaches, peaches, peach, peach.
thanks for the bits, Maz. Oh, I mean, there was. That one might have made it to the VODs playlist on YouTube. Miro? What is up, Celestial Bean? Celestial Bean Art is here. Hello, Celestial Bean. How have you been? I'm sure I'm the first one to ever do that. Late Night Gang. You've
Another
been
one.
okay. Aww.
Thank you for the sub.
Swolmaz gifted a tier 1 sub to Celestial Bean Art. They have given 248 gift subs in the channel.
You're so amazing, Maz. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you for gifting a tier 1 sub. to Celestial Bean Art. We love Celestial Bean. Super awesome friend of the stream. Really fun to hang out with. You know, we're pretty tight. Man, Bane. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Anti-Trashy with the 101 bits. You do have to fight for your right to party, guys. You do now have to fight a little harder for your right to party. I just felt like hype trains just weren't doing it for people anymore, and that's okay. It's on me to make them make things interesting around here. So I was like, you know what if we made it just a tiny bit harder to even start one in the first place? Because it's all good. I don't want anybody feeling bad about one starting and then they're like, well, I did a resub. No, I didn't turn them off. We need 5 events to start one. I know, but I just feel like there's this weird pressure that hangs over everything and you have to stop everything that you're doing. To be like, whoa, we're having a hype train right now. And then like it can go on for a while, right? So sometimes we complete a level really quickly and then it's on to the next level. And sometimes then you sit there until like, you know, for 4 whole minutes, you're like, okay, I guess we're having a hype train. And like, I love them. I think they're great fun. I love being part of them and other people's channels. But I get self-conscious about it here. I'm not going to lie. I don't want you to support the channel because you feel like you have to complete a level of a hype train. It's 2:04. Do I think you need to go to bed? That is not a question I can answer for you. I really don't like it when other people tell me to go to bed because I suffer from insomnia and sometimes I want to go to bed, but I'm just not at all tired. And I know that if I go to bed, I'm just going to lay there and I'm going to think about how it sucks that I can't fall asleep. You are going to go to bed? Well, I hope that you sleep well, Venompool. Have a great rest of your time zone. And nice for Venompool. You should do whatever your body's telling you to do. Sometimes I still make myself go lay down, even though I know I'm not going to fall asleep. Because at least just sort of laying down and relaxing is going to like help me to wind down. And sometimes we just need to have quiet time, even if we're not going to fall asleep right away. Your brain is ruled by your stomach. You crave Subway. That's actually what we had for dinner. Yes. And you also can only start them once every 2 hours now. Feel like they weren't very, feeling very special or they didn't seem to be motivating people, and that's okay. And that is all I would like to say about that for now. Yes. I might put on some relaxing, you know, music or one of my favorite ASM artists or whomever. That's like something kind of chill. That's not going to get me like worked up or like, I try not to do too much. I might allow myself a little bit of scrolling in bed, like through like YouTube or whatever. Find the YouTube algorithm kind of seems to get me a bit better than, say, TikTok. Instagram Reels are okay. Yes, indeed. most definitely. Thank you for asking for Stanty Trashy. That is very exemplary etiquette. It is very kind of you to ask permission first, but yes, you may. And you have a sub badge. You have a tier 2 sub badge. So you may post the link at any time that you would like. You don't need a permit. I know. Oh, Nasdef, I am so sorry. It's just so much for one person to have to deal with in terms of grief. And you know what? As long as you are not, depending on it or abusing it, I think if having yourself an adult bevy in the evenings helps you to relax and unwind so you can get the rest that you need, you shouldn't feel too guilty about that. I personally had a lot of issues with consuming alcohol in moderation, and rather than keep trying to tame that demon, I decided to set it aside. That was the decision I made, and I do not have any hard feelings about other people still enjoying their bevies. I miss it sometimes. I miss wine because I really enjoyed learning about and talking about wine, and I really felt I had kind of a knack for helping people figure out wine pairing. Not as a snob, but as a person who cared about the person on the other end of the transaction enjoying what they had with their meal. And people would sometimes ask me, like, well, does this wine go with what we ordered? And I'd be like, I'll tell you this. Is this the type of wine you like to drink? They'd be like, well, yeah. I'd be like, there's a couple wines out there when combined with certain types of dishes, they're going to be kind of atrocious. And you have not hit that part of the Venn diagram. You're good. If you like this kind of wine, I think it'll be just fine with your dinner. I want you to enjoy it. If you're looking for a recommendation for what I would personally order or suggest that somebody order with this food, I'd be happy to make one for you. But I want you to enjoy it. I'm not going to try to talk you out of something you already know you'll enjoy. Yes, and whiskey is lovely and can also be successfully paired with a lot of really great food. Even if it's made into a cocktail, it's still, it has a lot of lovely attributes that help it complement certain dishes. Using it in your cooking, too, is kind of fun. Now, if it's really nice whiskey, you may not want to pour any of it anywhere other than a glass. But yeah, it's a part of human culture. And some of us, unfortunately, are metabolically predisposed to, I don't think that I metabolize it properly. And that is an issue a lot of folks with Irish heritage have. Coffee. Oh, yeah. So I was just going to say, my vice really is coffee, honestly. And I'm okay with that. I don't party like I used to. In any way, shape, or form. My idea of partying now is like, ooh, yeah, I'm going to have a cup of coffee past 5 p.m. Whoa, lady. Hey, Grandma. I know some people, the caffeine doesn't affect them and they can go to sleep still. Definitely, yeah, your father told you that choosing drinks to complement foods is the way to go. Be careful, do it wrong. It's like vanilla custard on porterhouse steak. Yeah.
Ooh, that's crazy. Coffee can keep you up all night.
You're not wrong. See, I halfway expect a Muppet to come out during this song. This is a very Muppet-esque song. Anyone here ever had custard on porterhouse? I don't think so. I mean, I've had aioli. Nerf you. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I'd want those two things together personally. Oh no. Huh. I just had an idea. The Doctor Who special, custard and fish fingers. Oh my god, I have no idea what you're talking about because I've never watched Doctor Who. Yeah, I know we have other Doctor Who fans in here. Nazjeff. And I know Emerald might be buried in Ravelry research. Thank you for the follow. There are no returns or exchanges on follows, Lucky, so you're locked in. Hope you did your homework. Yeah, you're a Doctor Who fan, aren't you? We're just talking Doctor Who, and I was trying to think of who else in here is Doctor Who. How you doing, Lucky? Thanks for coming into chat. I wasn't really like trying to drag you here. I was actually about to give my spiel about if you don't feel like talking, that is okay. Good, just tired. Yeah, I feel that. Eh? Oh, wait. Bean, do you know each other? Oh, no. Why? Why am I yawning? Oh, this must be another Doctor Who reference. I'm a heathen. I don't know. I am happy you are finding each other. Doesn't make me feel bad that I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe I will watch it one day. You actually tried it. And you have to say it wasn't bad. The latest one, yeah. Quirky in his own right. Ah. The tiredness has spread. Did you ever see that film, Lucky, The Never-Ending Story? Oh, there's this enormous tortoise in it. And it talks like this. We don't care. And I kind of reminded myself of it just now. It's an 80s film. If you go to watch it, you will certainly... It's a pretty cool story. I liked it. The movie traumatized you when you were younger. There's some scary parts. I watched it when I was quite young, and I remember being pretty scared of some parts of it. So essentially the premise, Lucky, is this kid who's being bullied and picked on by these other kids. Thank you, Miro. Ads in approximately 3 minutes, a 3-minute ad break. We do them in blocks once an hour instead of multiple times per hour. He is being picked on and bullied. He gets chased down the street. He ducks into a bookstore and he decides to take this book he's not supposed to take. And it turns out it's a magical book and he ends up in this other realm, essentially. And while he's reading it, we experience the story as the audience. It's a really cool story and a really cool film that many of us watched if we grew up. You know, if you were born between like 1975 and 1985, I feel like you probably watched it when it was still fairly new. Not animated. Nope, it's a live action film. Yes. Don't spoil it. It's a really old film, but yeah. So essentially, there's this plague affecting the fairy tale world. And it's called the Nothing. And it's going to destroy this fairy tale world. I'm not ruining the plot of the story for you. This happens all at the very beginning. This is the what do you call it? The exposition. But there's a really cool cast of characters. So it's not animated, but there are some neat special effects. But still, when you watch it, you're going to go like, oh, that's cute. That's what special effects were like back then. Because now they would just CGI a bunch of it. Oh my goodness, yes. Well, that's the part that most of us certainly, yeah. Anyways, if you get the chance to sit down and watch it, I'd recommend it. As an adult now, you know, I think like I'd probably wait till my kids were maybe like 10 or over, maybe even a little older than that. I don't know. Depends on the kid before I would watch that with them. But I think I watched it when I was like 5. Ah, yes. Gen X parenting. I mean, we're pretty liberal with what our kids get to watch, but it's really what the story is about is not allowing despair and desperation and trying times and going through something challenging or difficult, painful even, to overwhelm you and to crush your spirit. And also that we, through books and writing and art and culture, we have the power to convey that kind of thing to other people. And we can use storytelling as a way to help us understand ourselves and get through those situations. And identifying with characters in books can help give us the confidence we might need to navigate difficult stuff. I don't know. That's what I would That's what I would say is the main takeaway from it. But, you know, it's hard because I think my perspective now as an adult who was sort of something of like a film nerd for a little while there. Like I used to go to film festivals and I've watched a lot of not recent independent films, but I did used to watch a lot of independent films. Like I took a whole class in college on Eastern European film. Watched like 6 Andre Vida films. Some of those are really heavy and kind of dry. Because they're all about like the like Polish Communist Party and all this other stuff. So they're heavily political. But also I watched a lot of like old Czech films, like old Miloš Forman films, and some really cool old Russian films and Danish films and French and Italian and all kinds of mostly European and Eastern European and, you know, a few other regions as well, but heavily focused on, because I took Russian in college. So many of those films, like Aki Kaurismäki, who's a Finnish filmmaker, dude, and or Lars von Trier, these are like very bizarre and sometimes very bleak films. So I look back now on like Neverending Story and I'm like, that's child's play. You know? Or like that really weird movie Gummo, which is definitely not a movie you should ever show to children. Or maybe ever show anyone. Dude, Dancer in the Dark and Breaking the Waves almost just talk about crushing your spirit. Like, huge warning label on both of those movies. Please proceed with caution. Thank you for staying through the ads. If you got an ad break, I do appreciate it. I was just kind of blabbing about, you know, watching a bunch of independent foreign films and ones from the United States as well. David Lynch is like, if not my favorite director, right up there. And I like bizarre stuff. I like movies that don't even really make any sense. I don't care if it's like art films. Hello, Tiny Giant Evie. Never seen that one. But let's make sure we're not you know, spoiling movies for anybody. And I know you I think you even said something about like don't want to spoil. I don't do well with like really intense horror films. I just feel like it's like, dude, there's enough horror in this world. I don't mind something bizarre, but like graphic and gory, no thanks. Oh, I know. And Tiny Giant Evie, the whole idea behind it is to hopefully keep people from having to watch pre-rolls. So thank you for staying. I do appreciate it. And I should have gotten up and walked away during that ad break. Try something different with this particular version here. Yes, I know. Thank you, though. So, this kind of reminds me of like Joy Division. No? Just me? You hear it too? Okay, thank you. It's that synth and the like. This is maybe not quite goth enough. Bean, do you know this band called Gang of Four? I feel like you would. If you don't, if you like dig 80s music and you like weird bands, quote unquote weird. Do you know Gang of Four? Heh, yeah. Yeah. Dude, the bassist from Gang of Four lived in Portland for a little while, and I was like, what if I run into him? I was like, that's sick. I do like their music, though. I feel like they're kind of, I don't know. How do I want to do this? That sound immediately reminded you of the 80s, yes. Well, it's interesting because, you know, taste in music and fashion and a lot of things, it just sort of goes in these cycles, right? So now I'm starting to notice, for example, as a kid in the 80s, I didn't realize that a lot of the fashion of the 80s and just sort of the aesthetic and everything was borrowing heavily from a lot of stuff that's like 50s. And then in the 90s, it was borrowing from the 60s and the 70s. And so on. So now it's the 2020s and everyone's wearing all this stuff that looks exactly like what was in style when I was in high school. And I'm like, or like right after. Isn't it weird? I mean, hey, I'm like, all right, cool. You should wear what you want. I just find it kind of bizarre. I'm like, some of this stuff didn't look good on us in the 90s. Y'all don't need to be wearing it now. But you do you. Like, I'm also just never caught up in fashion stuff. Not since about like the age of 16. I know. Yeah, but that's, you know, nostalgia is a powerful thing. And I think some of it's really cool and fun to think about and to celebrate and reminisce about. And then there's also a lot of stuff that's like was kind of sucky about life back then. Oh, yes. Yes, I saw some posts about that too. People being like, no, why is all this stuff coming back and showing? Because like by then I really was out of the loop with any kind of fashion trends. I was busy working and going to college, and then I dropped out of college for a little while, and I was just like working and just being a person, an adult, a young adult, but an adult nonetheless. And I didn't care about or have time for worrying about fashion trends. I would rather have spent my money back then on pretentious indie rock music, concerts and stuff. I was really into going and seeing bands live. I made some questionable financial decisions in order to be able to go see people perform. You've never been too concerned with trends, but you still observe them. Sure, yeah, and also some of them can be fun to participate in and put your own stamp on. Something I've realized as I've gotten older is I've stopped worrying about what anybody's going to think of me basing on like what kind of music I listen to. Like for example, I kind of like Sabrina Carpenter. I kind of like her attitude. I didn't used to like pop music. I was like, oh my God, pop music. Who even listens to that? It's for rubes. A good show is worth financial ruin. She's entertaining. She has a great voice. She's a great live performer. Her music is fun and irreverent, and it's okay if you don't like her. And I'm not about to like go out and buy every single bit of her music that she's ever released or anything like that. But I like the couple of songs that she's got out right now that are popular. It's really weird for me seeing someone like Chapel Rowan blowing up, because I mean, I was way into Tori Amos and PJ Harvey and and I love that some of the, you know, the same types of artists that have probably paved the way for someone like Chapel Rowan were maybe a little bit less upfront, but it was still very obvious what was going on. And, or at least I feel like it was. But I like that there's someone out there saying like, hey, I'm just really embracing my own style and my own message and all that stuff. But I don't think I even understood how good somebody like, for example, like Tori Amos was at the subtlety of like the storytelling part of writing these types of songs where you're questioning social norms. Yes, that is very good. And also Chapel is trying to be more pop music and isn't trying to be super esoteric, is saying, I want to be a person who makes pop style music, but who talks about, you know, things that maybe have not necessarily been in the mainstream. And I think that's great. I was really into like a lot of really bizarre esoteric stuff as a teenager, probably because I think that some of it because I thought it was good, some of it because I genuinely thought it was good, and some of it because I kind of thought it was cool to be into something weird. You know, because I was a teenager, you know, like I just wanted to be like, I'm different. And so now I listen to some of the stuff I used to listen to back then, and I'm like, dear God, what was I thinking? There is one band that I like, went back to listening to a little bit recently and was like, oh, wow, these guys were definitely very underrated. And that was Granddaddy. And I guess Jason Lytle, who is the guy behind Granddaddy. Not me. I've always had impeccable taste. Just came out with some new music not that long ago, so that's kind of cool. And it's still similar to what he used to do, but he's kind of, you know, got some stuff going on that's a little different. You like Granddaddy? Oh, cool. Software Slump. See, Bean, we're the same person. No. At least as far as you. Maybe we were just produced in the same lab.
Welcome to the fart zone.
Speaking of experiments, and maybe questionable decision making.
To the fart zone.
You have decided to bring your readers to the
Welcome
fart
to the
zone,
fart
huh?
zone.
Huh, Hectic Kitten?
Welcome
You brought them
to
to
the
the
fart
of
zone.
all the places you could have brought them,
Welcome
Hectic Kitten.
to the fart
You
zone.
chose the
Welcome to
fart
the
zone.
fart zone.
Did you
Welcome
forget about
to
the
the
fart
fart
zone, Hectic
zone.
Kitten?
To
Be
the
honest.
fart zone. Welcome
Hectic
to
Kitten,
the
did you
fart
forget?
zone. Welcome to the fart zone. To the fart zone. Welcome
Gamer
to the fart
Cat
zone.
24 or Lexi. Welcome in. It's nice to see you. Thank you for your first time reader chat. You know what that means, everybody? Before any of you make the mistake of following, because there are no refunds or exchanges on follows, I would like you to watch this video, and then if you follow after this, you are thereby agreeing to whatever kind of shenanigans may ensue. Thank you so much.
I'm freaking out right now. I'm fangirling.
You have no clothes on. No.
Get supported, nerd.
No flipping way. You didn't do it.
Thank you for the dollar bills for the kiddos. Thank you so much, everybody.
We talked about this. I mean, you can cook steak in a dryer, but do you want to? And when the fat renders off of the steak, does it create a fire hazard? I'm sorry, I'm a mother. I can't help but think about these things immediately. So this is a game to you guys, huh?
What? She do it so hard.
There's people out here with reputations at stake.
Yep, that's about it. If you have any questions, please submit them to our quality control department, and they'll get back to you within 6 to 8 business weeks. Thank you very much. Seabus, hi. I refunded your points because those don't work when we're in a raid video. But hi, and I'm happy to see you, friend. Thank you. Leave them at reception. Yes. Oh, Gamer Cat or Lexi, you're like, I like it. I love it. Thank you so much. 2 to 3 business years. You started laughing at that, and it started to hurt. Wah. Anyways, I'm a crocheter. Hi. And I'm called 9.5 because I am missing half a finger on my right hand. So readers, if you've never been here before, that's the story behind my username. Yes. I lost it in an accident at the age of 4. No, it wasn't actually an alligator wrestling incident. As much as that story sounds like super cool, it was just a crazy accident. But then 20 years later, a very bold restaurant coworker decided to give me the nickname 9.5. And I was like, oh, very good. Very bold. Bold decision making. Lucky for you. I have a great sense of humor about being mangled as a child. And I decided to keep that nickname. You could say that it's stuck, unlike the top half of my finger.
Giggity.
Anyways, welcome in, Raiders. We do a lot of crafting. I am a charity streamer. We work with St. Jude Children's Research Hospital quite a bit, as well as Starlight Children's Foundation. Our next fundraiser will be for Stand Up to Cancer with the Stand Up Builders. So the brick building community. I do a little bit of Lego on stream. I also play some games, and I've been streaming for almost 6 years. I have 3 kids, 3 dogs, 2 cats. I live with my husband in the Pacific Northwest. We own and operate a comic book, trading card, and tabletop role-playing game shop, a nerd shop, if you will, in St. Helens, Oregon, called Pantheon Comics and Games. And just recently, with our charity work, we hit $100,000 raised for various charitable causes on Tiltify. And during our last St. Jude campaign, we hit the $50,000 lifetime raised milestone for St. Jude. We're close to that with Starlight, which is amazing. And I super appreciate all of you being here and supporting what we do. Just hanging out is supporting us. But if you feel like coming and hanging around in mid-August, that's when we'll be fundraising for SU2C. What were you up to, Hectic Kitten? Thank you so much for reading in. Were you doing some Lego? Yeah, GamerCat or Lexi, it's been really fun. It's been really fun. There are definitely challenges to opening a retail business. A brick and mortar can be really hard. But the thing is, it's really difficult to get distribution accounts unless you are a retail location. Like, you can do online, but they want to know that you're also selling stuff in person. So you're not just like hoarding in your basement. Brick and mortar is very difficult, or it can be. There are a lot of challenges. You know, for example, we love the idea of being a space where people can connect, where people can find community, and that's really important to us. But we are a business and we have to pay the bills. So we've got some folks that come in and they want to spend all day with us from open to close without spending a penny. And then on top of that, they sometimes have trouble. And we have empathy for this, but it's really hard. We want to be compassionate to somebody who clearly doesn't understand some like personal space issues and things like that. But sometimes we just have to ask them like, hey, you got to knock that off. You're negatively impacting other people's ability to enjoy themselves in here. And we know you don't mean it to do it, but it's a tough situation to be in because we don't want people to feel like they're being singled out. But especially when they're not supporting the business financially, we got a few people that love to just hang out and also kind of want to like bug everybody in there. You know what I mean? We're like, oh man, we want you to come in here and feel comfortable, but like, yikes. You had your interview today. Everything went well. Your buddy called you later on to let you know that his boss really liked you. And Seabus. So it's not like 100% guaranteed, right? But basically it is. Very good. I'm so happy for you. Tiny Giant Edie, we do try to keep chat free of profanity. Thank you for your help with that. Nothing personal. We enforce that rule consistently, regardless of whether you're a regular or a sub or any of that. So thank you for understanding. That is very, very good news, Seabus. I'm so excited for you. And I really hope that it's a good fit. And I'm glad that if this works out, then you won't have been spending very much time at all looking for work. You don't know what's actually possible until you try. Yeah, it's true. But the shop has been an adventure and it's been really fun. And we have people who like invite us to their weddings. You know, we've got folks who, like, for example, our vet comes in and he uber supports our shop. We joke. We're like, should we just barter? Should we just give you store credit for looking after our animals? Well, like, you know, that's a good feeling. We have fellow small business people coming in and joyfully supporting what we do. And they generally make up for the folks that are a little bit of a problem. And like I said, we really try very hard to make it a welcoming space. But you know, just like Twitch chat, you have to have rules and you have to have standards for people's conduct and stuff like that. And if somebody's not upholding, you know, your, like, my husband's actually asked me if I could maybe help him draft like a store code of conduct, because we want to start offering meetups that are aimed more at families. And some of our guys that come in just don't really have a very good filter, and you can hear them all through the store. And like, I'm a loud person. I have trouble with my volume control. But one thing I've learned over many years of restaurant work is how to flip the switch for whether or not profanity is allowed. And some of these guys clearly do not understand, and they don't pay attention. They're not observing the fact that someone's in there with their small children, and they'll be back there like going off about something that's very much a mature, like an adult topic, or they're using like copious profanity. And we have to kind of like go, hey, somebody's in here with their kids trying to shop for comic books. We love you guys. Can you tone it down? You know, but like selling stuff online would be so different too. And as much as I love the idea of someday us being able to be like, you know what, heck this, and we have enough product built up that we could just like have an online store. Again, a lot of these distributors do not want to work with you unless you have a physical location. That means no more late night shows unless it's Friday or Saturdays. Hey, but Seabus, like the weight of that being lifted from you, I'm sure it's totally, you know, like I'm sure that's really good, right? Readers, we do want you to feel comfortable here. So again, just like we mentioned earlier, we do keep it PG-13. We do have a tradition here, Hectic Kitten. Thank you for the reminder, Muriel. Where you get to pick my pair eyewear toppers if you'd like. If you have time, if you feel like it. I know sometimes we just really want to de-stream, unwind, go do something else, eat, drink, interact with a human in our house. Would you like to pick my pair eyewear toppers, Hectic Kitten? Eat, drink, be merry. I was wearing the coffee beans. I have the arcade maze from the Game Night collection. I have the pumpkin pin dot from the Halloween collection. I have the buffalo plaid. I have the skulls and roses also from the spooky Halloween collection. I've got the irises from the Van Gogh collection. I have the cheetah spots, the pop art. I love to wear these to the shop. We do sell a lot of comic books, graphic novels, and manga. I like to call it manga sometimes. The Party Chicks. We're all about chickens here. The Batgirl. That's my daughter's favorite comic book character. The Berry Jam hexagons. The Mint Sparkle. The 8-bit hearts also from the Game Night collection. The Purple Sparkle. The Neon Green. The Rainbow Knit. The Grogu. And that is it. They are magnetic. Clucking magnets. How do they work? Yeah, Hectic Kitten would like the pop art. Excellent. They actually even had ones that kind of look like Legos for a minute there, and I almost bought them. Do you have any links you'd like to share with us, Hectic Kitten? Do you have socials outside of Twitch where you do content creation stuff, or any special events or fun stuff you're doing on stream you want to plug? We love to support people both on and off the platform. If you do have a link like that, please let us know first and we'll get you a permit so you don't get bopped by the bot. Posting links directly to the chat is a tier 1 and up sub perk. Not necessarily because I think people should have to pay for the privilege, but because that way we prevent unwanted, you know. Want to become famous? I can't decide if this is the same placement. Like, relatively speaking. No, close enough does not cut it when you're trying to write a pattern. See, but I think it is actually the same. Nah, it's tough, right? It does look like the little cinnamon French toast guys. So funny. Mm-hmm. Does this need to be 1 over? Mm-hmm. Ah! You got me, Goose Fat. Now you want Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Or at least French toast. Eh. I love how all those boxes of sugary cereal say something on them like, part of a complete breakfast. And you're like, oh, really? So I almost went back to school to get a master's in library science, like an MLIS. The idea of taking on more student loan debt is what stopped me, frankly. Just cannot justify. A complete breakfast being milk, orange juice, eggs, sausage, and a bowl of cereal. Yeah, the pictures on the boxes that'll show, like, you know, serving suggestion and whatever. And it's like, how many people were actually having, like, all that stuff with their breakfast if they're eating, like, box cereal? But I mean, you know what? Hey, whatever. I'm not trying to pick on you. I love me a bowl of box cereal as a snack at night before I go to bed sometimes. Please do not get it twisted. Those foods, they scratch a part of our brain. And I ain't trying to shame anybody for liking them. The food itself is not bad. You're not bad for liking it. It's just we have to pay attention to how much of certain things we consume. And some of us, unfortunately, cannot have any of a certain type of thing. And that really sucks. My husband's in that boat. And it's really hard. Oh, I love Brenner. So good. Understandable. Debt is never fun. Luckily, we're fortunate enough to get it. Hey, let's go, GamerCat. That is so awesome. I wish we had more resources like that for people in the States. I'll tell you, it's just pathetic. What pathetic. We just don't seem to value education like we should. Now the question becomes, so like one thing that would be good with this is like a piece of foam instead of polyfill. Cause like my temptation as a amigurumist is to be like, that's not enough stuffing. Keep stuffing it. More stuffing. But then it'll like bloop. And we don't want it to bloop. We want it to boing. Yeah, Seabuzz. Hey, I'm excited for you. I really do hope that it all works out the way that you want it to, and that, you know, that everything is dialed in. One thing I'm wondering about is, am I doing this wrong? Am I supposed to be going? I'm learning, chat. Through the outside of the stitches. This is a prototype, so it's fine if I change it up now and see how it looks compared. Oh, maybe this is how I should have been doing this. Oh, that's very cool. Yeah, we need more. We also need for a lot of people who are trying to seek, you know, higher education opportunities to just know about things. Like, I took my students on a field trip to a local community college, and a bunch of them had no idea, like, that they even had a theater department. Plus, they had, like, scholarships available for students wanting to study theater at the school. And I was like, you know, you guys, like, there's absolutely zero shame in completing a bunch of your coursework in community college and then transferring a lot of those credits to a 4-year. You're going to save yourself a lot of money, for one thing. And I went to school at Portland State University, which is a 4-year university. In, you guessed it, Portland, Oregon. And a bunch of my classmates commented who had come from PCC, Portland Community College, that they felt like the instruction they received from their teachers at PCC was just as good, if not better in some instances, than what they were receiving at PSU. I'm not still on, Raven, you bringer of chaos of the best possible kind. I took quite the break. Look, I would do longer stints if I could. You know, all at once, but I can't. So here I am again. I just take a break and I go do family stuff and then I come back. During the school year, I tend to stream for around 5 to 6 hours in a row while they're at school.
I'm well-behaved cat. Totally innocent.
Yes. Indeed. Currently, you're only going for an associate's with your major, but you did a college tour for the community college you're going to. And oh my goodness gracious, the library. Oh, cool. Right on. Yeah, but that was what I wanted to do, maybe possibly when I was trying to consider, like, what could I do besides restaurants?
Welcome to the fart zone.
Macchiato XOXO. Welcome in. Now I want coffee. Raiders, hello. Welcome to the fart zone.
Welcome to the fart zone.
Indeed. Welcome them, everyone.
Welcome to the fart zone.
This is a test. If you make it through this, you're going to be just fine in there.
Welcome to the fart zone.
We're desensitizing you.
To the fart zone. Welcome to the fart zone.
Poor Miro is trying to carry the torch all by himself right now, you guys. Poor Miro. Lee like B, welcome in. I appreciate everybody coming in with the raid. Bari, hello. Macchiato, what were you up to on stream? Tell us all about it. Now, before any of you make the mistake of following, because there are no refunds or exchanges on follows, please, I beg of you, watch this raid video first. Very important. Required viewing. Phil, same goes for you. You love the fart noises. Oh, well, then you're in for a treat, Phil. Please enjoy this amazing montage video made by my fantastic friend Jonathan X. Ruth. If you follow during or after this, then it's all on you. I take no responsibility.
I'm freaking out right now. I'm fangirling.
You have no clothes on. No.
Get supported, nerd.
No flipping way. You didn't do it.
Thank you for the dollar bills for the kiddos. Thank you so much, everybody.
We talked about this. I mean, you can cook steak in a dryer, but do you want to? And when the fat renders off of the steak, does it create a fire hazard? I'm sorry, I'm a mother. I can't help but think about these things immediately. So this is a game to you guys, huh?
What? She went so hard.
There's people out here with reputations at stake.
I am a mother of 3. I live in the Pacific Northwest with my husband, our kids, 3 dogs, 2 cats. We own and operate a comic book, trading card, and tabletop role-playing game shop in St. Helens, Oregon called Pantheon Comics and Games. I have been streaming on Twitch for almost 6 years. Oh, thank you, Macchiato. I appreciate that. My friend did such a great job with it. I've been streaming for about 6 years. I do have a background in performing arts. I went to school for theater, and when I found Twitch, I was still waiting tables, which is something I did for most of my adulthood. And then I lost my restaurant job when the pandemic hit, I had actually already lost my restaurant job because the place I was working at closed. And at first, you know, I figured things would go back to normal pretty quickly. Yes. As it became apparent that things were going to be markedly different for quite some time, I decided, you know, somebody had to be home with our kids. My husband was working very much full time and then some as a grocery store manager. So we ended up with me staying home and facilitating virtual school with our kids. And I just never went back to working outside the home. And I'm so thankful to Twitch and everyone who supports the channel for making that a reality for me. It's something I never thought I would be able to say, that I was a former restaurant worker until maybe I retired. Our family's whole life was turned around by Twitch and some other awesome things happening outside the platform, but that gave us the opportunity to own a family-run business. I never thought homeownership was in the cards for me. I cannot say enough good things about Twitch. We've also raised over $100,000 on Tiltify for various charitable causes, including but not limited to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, Starlight Children's Foundation. I am a Starlight ambassador. They just recently closed the applications for Starlight Ambassador for the next class. I'm excited to find out who's going to end up on that list. And we have some stuff coming up for charity with Stand Up to Cancer. And then we'll pick somebody to do some stuff for Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. We also fundraise for 1000 Dreams Fund, Big Table, ASPCA, a ton of different organizations. And again, the charity stuff has really been huge for me. Has given me something, a purpose, a passion, something that is for the greater good. Which is definitely not how I felt about restaurants. I enjoyed what I did in restaurants. It just wasn't where I was meant to be. So here I am now, and we appreciate you hanging out with us. I've been crocheting since I was 7. This is what I'm working on tonight, is a prototype for a pattern I'm going to write. So I just recently revamped and brushed up my Patreon, which we're calling it the Patreon. Because we love chickens. Because chickens. And I'm going to start working more on patterns because, unfortunately, production crochet has led to what I suspect is probably an overuse injury in my right wrist. It's not bothering me tonight. It's really mysterious. It doesn't always bother me. It could be carpal tunnel. It could be arthritis. It could be, decurvain, whatever it's called, decurvains, tenosynovitis. Like, I've looked up a bunch of different things that could be what's causing the pain in my wrist right here. Regardless, I can't be trying to, crochet 20 of the same thing in order to sell them in a shop. So I'm going to just start trying to come up with my own original designs and sell patterns. So anyone in $3 tier or higher on Patreon gets a discount in my Ravelry shop. Heck yeah, Phil. Sometimes I feel a little survivor guilt over it, frankly. I know I shouldn't feel that, okay? I know I shouldn't feel that. I worked really hard for other people for a really long time. But I had friends, who were very nearly they were on the verge of homelessness or had to go move back to where their families are from. Couldn't make it work to stay in Portland because of how expensive everything has gotten there and having, no reliable, consistent work. But anyways, I am happy that we were able to do, work things out with my family to for me to be able to do this full time. Because that was the eventual goal. Once I found it and started it, I was like, oh, I would love to be able to do this full time. I'm just here to tell you, don't tell yourself no before you even start, but also treat something like this like what it should be, which is a fun experiment, and enjoy yourself. And just just roll with it. No pun intended, because I'm making things that are bread themed. Just roll with it. Sometimes when I accidentally push the button again too fast and it starts to fade the like sound effect back out, I gotta like, I have to press it like several times. It's kind of a compulsion. I'm like, oh, that sounds weird. Yeah, I know. It is hard. Trust me. Look, I couldn't help myself, and I was going into work at my restaurant job and talking about Twitch incessantly because I was just like excited about it. And my friends at work were like, what is she on about? They were like, she's so weird. I should say acquaintances, because I don't talk to any of them anymore, and that tells me they weren't really probably very close friends, and that's okay. You can't sleep, your old dad. I'm sorry. When life gives you PB&J, make a sandwich out of it. I mean, you know, I guess I just... I thought at one point, right, that, like, theater was my calling. I really... deeply... You need a bread pillow. I was thinking about whether or not you could make this into a pillow. Like, how would I adjust this for it to be a pillow, a cushion? Like, it's hard because, like, I've said this, and I think that it is important to make this, how do I say this? It's important to point this out so that people understand. Like, dude, full-time content creation is no joke. It might seem like it's all fun and games. And a lot of people do, you know, basically full-time content creation on top of their regular jobs. Because they either cannot afford or do not want to rely solely on income from Twitch. Can I go back up here? Yes, I can. I learned this from a TikToker. It's like all my little embellishments were coming loose. That's because I wasn't tying knots. So you take the two ends and you tie a few knots, and then you leave a long enough tail that you can then... Might be able to use that for something. Thread both of these through here. And then just yoink that right on through there. Oh my God, how cute is this? It's disgusting. 16-year-old me is just throwing right up in her mouth right now. I was too cool to make something this cute when I was 16. "16-year-old me is like, look what you've become." Hello, work. How are you? When truly I really did love cute things at that time, I just felt like it wasn't cool to like cute things. I had to be all hard and like grown up and mature and weird and yeah, like weird things. Like things can be weird and cute, by the way. Look at Pick Stitch. I'm good, Werg. How are you? I hope you're well, friend. So we did this one with little circles, but you could do it... Ah! We have a Lego splitter down chat. No, Miro. No, Miro. No. Thank you. There are plenty of other not cursed items available for purchase in the fourth wall. I beg of you. Oh, that wasn't the reason I needed to step away, but it's already 1:14 in the morning. I'm thinking about maybe we just... This is the second stream of the day. Amish still going? He's doing charity right now. He's doing Stack Up. Okay. Another really awesome friend of the stream, fellow makers and crafting person, but also does a lot of video game content as well. And we love to support our friends when they are doing stuff for charity. There might even be an incentive for me to have to do some stuff with Amish and Bricks O'Brien and I think it's Madeline. Or maybe Bonds. I think it's Bonds. Macchiato, thank you so much for rating. You're amazing. I really appreciate the support. Please, everybody, make sure you're following Macchiato and all of these other fantastic people. Like, before we head out, any of you that have been dropped off here on a raid, if you're still here, all of those people have raided us today during the 2 separate streams we've had. Tonight, it started with... Was it Bean? Wait, Bean, did you raid earlier today? Or tonight? I can't. Everything is a blur. I can't. It's 1:15. Are you going to bed? Around all around the park. Go get some sleep. I'm about to come upstairs. Okay. Oh, maybe not Brian. Picks and Bonds. Yeah. Need to scribble.
Lol, I catch you again tonight /morning.
Okay, before we read out Need to Scribble, 32 rubber chicken squawks are yours. And I'm going to finish this little guy. I'm going to wait till the ads are over. I'm going to finish this little guy. And we are going to head over to Amish Ace. Amish_Ace, who's a really good friend of the channel. Fellow Starlight Ambassador. Streaming for charity. And also... Here we go. Come on. So he's doing Stack Up right now. I know he did SU2C last year. I'm not sure if he's doing it again this year. I would imagine he is. Oh, right. Okay. So Bean was the last one. Very good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Need to Scribble. All right, 32 heckin' rubber chicken squawks. If that type of sound, especially over and over and over again, is a bit much for you, this is your opportunity to turn the volume down so I don't bother you with my raucous rubber chicken squawking. Raucous squawking. But this is how we celebrate resubs. 33 months. You've been subscribed for 33 months, Need to Scribble. Thank you so very much for supporting the channel for like, we're coming up on 3 years here. Nita Scribble, you're amazing. Thank you. And a 1. And a 2. And a 3. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 30, 31, 32, 33. I can tell you probably no one but my husband is asleep in this house right now. And he's upstairs. And he might not be asleep either. Like I said, we've kind of had some stuff happen today. Wouldn't be surprised if he's still awake. But everything's okay. Just life stuff. All right. It all started with a gifted Miro sub. Let's go. Imagine if having received a gifted sub from Miro was like a club and you guys all had jackets. Actually, I think that's a thing. Like Jonathan Ong has a thing where like if you're a sub, you get emotes that are jackets. It's pretty cool. And he was on earlier. I don't know that he's on still. Sometimes he goes for quite a while. But we are going to raid Amish. This is adorable. You never know when I'm going to sneak little things like this. This one belongs to Maz. Maz already claimed this one. Sometimes when I make things like this as like a prototype or whatever, like it's adorable. Would I keep it? Yes. Do I have room for it in my house? Absolutely not. It might end up in the shop. And what I'm doing right now is making these prototypes. Every year it gets you a patch. Yes. It's very cool. His channel is so amazing. And he's such a sweet person. Cute Toast is cute. This might end up in... Oh, Whoppy!
Someone is awake late at night. Thanks
Whoppy, hello, friend. Thank you for the 27-month resub. Also courtesy of Miro. See? Whoppy, how are you? Guys, please give Whoppy a follow. An amazing friend of the stream. Very sweet person. I've actually met in person at TwitchCon. Got to hang out with for like a couple hours. It wasn't long enough, Whoppy. We'll have to try and make it happen again soon, but I am not attending TwitchCon in San Diego this year. I just can't. I have too many other things that need focus in our family financially, and I know. Trust me. I would just even like fly down there because there's cheap flights from Portland to San Diego sometimes. But a big part of the issue is coordinating childcare and other logistics stuff with our kids. So, yeah. Whoppy's super cool though, guys. Please follow. And also the person behind the Albiero bot. Please support our friend Whoppy, who does awesome things for the streamer community in general, but also specifically for those of you that use that have Pokemon community game and stream readers. Yes, we do have Whoppy Catch. You can Whoppy Catch people in here. You do not own a Whoppy ball. You need to go Whoppy shopping. Miro. See? Is it rigged? The author of the game. Love to go to Cali for a family reunion. There's parts of California I really love. I did not like living in LA though. I would go back there for a visit just to see some people I know and stuff. I did go back there for a visit after moving away, and it was a lot of fun actually. It was much more fun to be in Los Angeles when it was for a limited duration of time. This might end up in my fourth wall. I will post about it on the Discord and maybe on Twitter as well if I do that. And possibly in like Patreon or on Instagram. Might take a little picture of these two guys together and say, hey, I am coming up with my own pattern for little bread amigurumi guy. I may need testers. So if you're interested in that, please make sure you join the Discord. Oh, right. Oh, everybody please go follow Whoppy Music. Whoppy just popped in. Oh man, I really should have waited till 2 other people followed first. For reasons. Who wants to be the nice number follower? Please give Whoppy Music a follow. Where you at? Hey, 69 followers. Whoppy, I screenshotted it for you, dude. You're welcome. I just sent it to you in Discord. Because you could go right over that. I bet you did already. 70. Yep. So fleeting. That's okay. There'll be plenty of other 69s. 169, 269, 6969, 69K. Whoppy, thank you. I really appreciate it. Yes, thank you, Miro. I did not do that yet. Whoppy's a lot of fun to hang out with. So the DJ streams will take place on Whoppy Music. Understood. Because they have this whole new thing they're introducing with the DJ program. Oh, you're so welcome. You've done a lot for our community. You are hands down like one of the kindest and most generous people with like your time and your talents that I've met here. You'll restream onto Whoppy TV. Yes. To help people find you. Cool. Without music. Right. Come with us on the raid. I know I've talked for so long.
Welcome
probably.
to
Oh
the
my
fart
goodness.
zone.
How did that happen? I turned off raids. I'm happy you're here. You can come with us. I'm really happy to see you. It's just weird because I just turned off raids.
To the fart zone.
Take me with you.
Welcome to the fart zone. Welcome to the fart zone. To the fart zone. Welcome to the fart zone. To the fart zone. Welcome to the fart zone.
More readers, listen. We were literally just getting ready to go read Amish. So come with us. Amish is doing charity. I moved some stuff around Whoppy and we have a fart emote. It's animated. It's not the dude anymore. The Putin dude. The guy that looks like he is going poot. He is 18 and over now. If you guys did not know that, Amish has adjusted his maturity rating for his channel. Please, though, come with us on the raid and hang out with Amish, who's a really great friend of the stream who we've known for quite some time. And I super appreciate you, Smorf. I really, really do. Thank you very much for bringing people over. I'm sorry to read out right after you come in, but I'm tired. It's been a long day. A real roller coaster of a day. And you've gone mostly family friendly, right? Arid coming with us on the raid. Love it. Let's party over there. Let's, if you can't donate to Amish's fundraiser, that's totally okay. If you can, wonderful. But just hanging out and adding to viewership is so helpful for people when they're doing charity. Stack Up serves military veterans by providing them with access to gaming and other mental health resources so that they have someone to talk to and someone to spend time with if they're going through a rough time, if they're dealing with some PTSD stuff or whatever. Thank you guys for everything you do for me today. It was really amazing. Thank you to everyone who signed up for the Poultry-on earlier today. You can still sign up for it, and you do not need to be a paid member. Everyone is welcome to sign up for a free account if they'd like. If you want to pay, there are some cool perks and stuff over there. Please do something nice for yourselves. Self-care is super important, and you are worth it. And thank you, mods. Thank you for everything you do for us. I'm happy that I was able to do a second stream today. I'll see you guys over there. Thank you.